Welcome back in, one and all. We will just check that we are live. Hopefully we are. Welcome. We are indeed, and you can hear my lovely dulcet tones broadcasting across the airways. Even more exciting news for everybody tuning in at home as we get things cracking off with what is set to be a absolute phenomenal pay-per-view event, main event, Santa Suplex Sunday. We're here at Christmas time. I hope you're ready for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle in, the open air arena at Christmas. What says a nice cold Christmas day during global warming times more than t-shirts and men ready to wrestle in the open air and getting things kicked off here, ladies and gentlemen. As you can tell, is BFG, Big Fat Gav, the Hardcore Champion, making his way to the ring. It will be the Hardcore Championship match to get us kicked off here. Plenty of action on the card for you this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get into it as we all get going, but we'll get things kicked off here with the Hardcore Championship match. And we will talk you through, of course, the run-up to this that has been the sex magnet of the KEW. You can see the women packed into the front rows here so they can cop an eyeful of their KEW champion there, the Hardcore Champion, the man with the biggest belt in the KEW. And of course, as of recent weeks, been at the mercy almost of the mystery, but for a few handful of decent results against him. It wasn't one that we saw coming, particularly seeing the mystery pulling out a shock turn of events to become the number one contender for the Hardcore Championship. It is going to be one of the biggest KEW wrestlers in terms of weight against one of the lightest KEW wrestlers. He is, of course, slightly heavier than Miss Tash, who comes in as the lightest, as she is a minuscule height as well, and he is a little bit taller, but he is one of the lighter wrestlers, and he has felt that difference in weight classes over the last few months in the KEW, where he's been at the hands of the BFG squished into the corners. He is, of course, one of the few wrestlers who has had the stink face adorned upon him. Perhaps that's where he takes his real impetus and vengeance here. He seeks to gain the Hardcore Championship from the Hardcore Champion, the BFG, in this Extreme Rules match. Anything goes here, ladies and gentlemen. And we are ready and raring to get things kicked off and underway for the Hardcore Championship here, ladies and gentlemen. The first of 3 championship matches this evening. We're absolutely thrilled, and I think you can tell I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be an absolute banger of a card.
From London, England, weighing in at 240 pounds.
And there is the mystery, ready and raring to go. And you can see the KEW Hardcore Champion, 600 pounds of human muscle and might, pure sex appeal. The woman behind him screaming and cheering there. You could see hands in the air like she just didn't care. He is ready and raring to go. The Hardcore Championship on the line. He spits on his hands and wipes him on the cheeks, and extra added grease perhaps for preparing the mystery for the cheek-based assault that may be incoming. Went for an early lift there, but gets a reverse DDT as a measure of things from the mystery. And the mystery has, of course, plagued the BFG in recent weeks. He's tried to attack him, assault him, and antagonise him. Normally it's the other way around, you'd have to say. The BFG likes to be the antagoniser, the aggressor here in the KEW. He likes to try and get under the skin of his opponents, really wind them up and get them coming out strong and fast in the matches. But it has been the mystery who has been antagonising the BFG a lot more in the lead up to this one here. And the BFG has started the slower of the two here. A few furious chops there from the mystery, but we are now on the dangerous outside area. You can see the plush grass effect on the thin matting on the outside, but you can tell by the barriers and the barricades that there is only a thin bit of matting, and underneath that it is the hard concrete. And I'm sure one of these two athletes will be feeling the impact of that momentarily as they rake across the back to the BFG. Has him reeling a little bit here as he's whipped to the floor and then is stood on the face here as the mystery now looks to maybe go under the ring for his first weapon or implement of the match. And here comes the trash can, the favourite of the fans, and he puts it down. Well, it seems like he's just teasing the KEW fans here. He's not a wrestler I would expect to really get the hardware out. But if the BFG doesn't get things going here quickly, then he could be in a real problem here, ladies and gentlemen. It is, of course, he'll have to get a pinfall or submission in the ring, the Mystery, in order to win this one. And he is a more technical wrestler. You would have thought that the hardcore environment would suit the BFG personally here. But it might be that the Mystery is able to just do enough damage and then take the BFG out pretty swiftly here. This is how it's looking so far. I'd be surprised if we don't get a turnaround of events from the BFG at some point in this one, and maybe this is the starting point of that right here. The referee a little bit in the way, but he gets him on the ropes. It's not like the Hardcore Champion should just give up without a fight and throws him against the ropes, but he's quickly up. The BFG took too much time there to appreciate his own mass, as it were, as he launched him across the ring, and now has been put in that crushing submission there. He's getting the chunky elbows right to the face of the Mystery there, bouncing the blubber off of him. Into the corner he goes now, and here is the dangerous position, but out of the ring he goes. I thought the BFG might take the opportunity to squish him in the corner and then go for something under the ring. He whips the ladder out though, and he's got to slide that into the ring at the feet of the Mystery and then come flying in at the ladder. Shocking scenes there from the BFG, and controversial wrestling, if you like. Goes for the cover of the Mystery and gets a kick out before it's even a 1-fall, but it's been all Mystery here in this one. The BFG, it looked like he was putting out some sick dodges there. There wasn't an impact coming from the Mystery. Perhaps it was all just a ruse to lure him to the outside, where they now find one another. Onto the shoulder goes the Mystery and drops face first onto the edge of the apron there. Big impact. He jumped swiftly though. I would have thought he might have sustained a bit more damage from that one, and delivering the DDT on the outside. Now is he going to go and look for something else under the ring, only to tease the KW fans. They want blood in the front rows. He's got a guitar, and is he going to play a honky-tonk tune right over the BFG's tummy? Oh, he plays it on his arse instead. Goodness gracious me. Weakening the cheeks of the BFG as he gets a toe up at the last second there. Perhaps not the impact place he would have wanted though. Straight across the cheeks of the BFG. I'm sure he's been spanked with heavier and harder weapons than a guitar in the past, and that will, of course, maybe only fuel him. He's got the natural instincts to take a good old spanking here. The cheeks jiggle around, and he has now recovered from that, it seems, and now it might have fueled him to really get him going in this one. Maybe he's one of those wrestlers who just needs a bit of time. Maybe he needed a bit of get the adrenaline going here in this one. Now look at this, holding the Mystery high in the air, doing some squats with him. Bit of a workout here for the BFG as he delivers a big suplex there on the outside, slamming him down close to that metal ramp. He's got to be careful there. The Mystery doesn't want to get caught out there, and again another massive suplex on the outside, driving the back of the Mystery onto the floor. And now you have to question if the BFG can get enough steam and momentum up here, if he can start getting the damage done to the Mystery's back. If he crushes him in the corner or off the top rope, that could be good night for the Mystery. Against the ladder, he slow back to his feet, and that ladder is dangerously positioned in the ring for yet another suplex for the BFG. Thankfully for the Mystery, it wasn't ladder side. Goes for the pinfall now, just a 1 count there, and a swift shirk of the shoulders from the Mystery. Gets the BFG off of him, and enough to break the fall as he gets to shoulder up at just a 1 count now. Battling out with some elbows. I do feel that the BFG might have been better keeping that on the outside for a bit longer, as now he's in a dangerous position. He's stacked up with a pinfall there with a great big back suplex. It looked like a 2 count there, but has the damage been done to the back of the BFG's head, slamming his noggin right off the KW mat there, right off of Santa Claus and the Grinch are in the middle of the ring. You can see Santa with barely any bottoms on. He is a bottomless, almost Santa Claus. And now look at this, the submission hold locks in. He looks like a large worm with all of the wrinkles and that in the BFG. Doesn't tap out there though, and he has his face bounced off the floor. He's going for it again, the Mystery, trying to get him to tap here, wrenching on the back, and it looks like he might be tapping here. He looks like he's waving away here, and he has indeed tapped out. He can't take it anymore. It's almost snapped in half, and the Mystery is going to take the Hardcore Championship. Goodness gracious me, the first bit of bronzeware of the evening is going to the Mystery, and that'll be a real positive step for the Misfits. Coming up later this evening, of course, they will be in action in their Open Tag Team Challenge competition, and they will take every bit of emphasis and reward from this, seeing that the Mystery has won the Hardcore Championship. Barely a weapon used in that one, plenty of action outside of the ring, plenty of suplexes, but he hung in there and got the Hardcore belt off of the BFG. The BFG, of course, a two-time hardcore champion, will be disappointed and gutted to have lost that one to a wrestler who was not really one he was expecting to come across in the hardcore division, but nevertheless put on a thrilling display, a real dominant performance, if you like, from the Mystery. So we'll move to our next match for the evening then, and this one has a absolute potential to be a real Slobberknockosaurus. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, it's got a sort of rivalry that's got bitter quickly in the KEW. It, of course, has stemmed all from that little man there, the sinewy Torpedo, and his beloved, his betrothed, the Man Crusher Alex, the power couple. The couple is on the rocks currently. Can they survive this latest speed bump in their relationship? It has, of course, been the Budget Magician lurking in the shadows, trying to catch the eye of his missus. He's not happy with that. We've seen him in recent weeks take out the Budget Magician in the ring. Can he now do it one last time and put pay to the fact that he is his beloved's true man? He is the real action star that she needs. We shall see, ladies and gentlemen. He looks focused, the Torpedo here, as he should need to. He knows he can beat the Budget Magician. He has done in the past. Can he do it once again is the question under the bright lights with all of the pressure on him. He knows here this could be the end of the power couple. If he can't prove that he can get things done in the big occasions, then that could be it, ladies and gentlemen. The Man Crusher might be done with him, and she might see that this man now entering the ring could be the future husband that she needs. And he looks angry, doesn't he, the Torpedo? Look at this, he's motivated and focused.
And his opponent from Athens, Greece.
And here he comes, the Greek Magician. I still don't know how he does that trick with his cape. Keep your eyes peeled for it as he makes his way into the ring in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. But the Budget Magician is here and he is ready to go, fighting for what he sees as his potential future wifey. We shall see, ladies and gentlemen. He's not really been at it. I mean, the Torpedo's been in the ring with him, yet to really get his KW career going. This could be the launch point, though. Win here, get the power couple with the Man Crusher, go after the tag team belts, and it could be his time to shine in the KW. It says Antonio down, and there goes the cape through the midriff. How does he do it, ladies and gentlemen? I have absolutely no idea. Mystery of a man, magic skills with his hands, which I'm sure will be at the attention of the Man Crusher backstage. We'll focus in now on these two in the ring, and again it's spitting on his hands, wiping it on his cheeks. We'll have to see if that's a common theme throughout the evening. We saw the BFG do it and he lost his title. Is this going to be the issue here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, that the person who comes down and spits on the hands, wipes it on the trunks, is this a common theme here that's going to lead to many of the favoured wrestlers losing these ones? It was an upset, if you like, in the first match for the evening. It would be an upset too if the Budget Magician wins this one. He is a master of submission hold as he gets an early arm lock in there, but look at the power on display from the Torpedo, the core strength there. You can see his little six-pack. It's like a bunch of hamsters stuck to his stomach. It's that impressive, ladies and gentlemen. Tiny little hamsters all across the abdomen and rib section. And now look at this. Oh, wrenching him on the ropes here. Nasty move from the Torpedo. And he is a man who's not afraid to mix it up when is necessary. And of course, he will take every opportunity to mix it up. And there you go. He's telling off the Budget Magician, saying, "Oh, no, you don't. You're not going to take away my missus from me." And down on the outside now is the Magician. He's slow back to his feet from this one. I would have thought he'd get up quicker, and the Torpedo now heads out to meet him. I thought he might have been a bit faster there, but the Budget Magician was allowed to get time to recover, only to get a butterfly suplex from the Torpedo. And after the early volley of attacks from the Budget Magician, it is now the Torpedo who's taking real advantage of this one. Another big suplex on the outside, perhaps taking inspiration from the BFG, and this one up to a 3 count now from the referee. Onto the shoulders, he goes and dropped face first onto the edge of the KEW ring there. Here's the Budget Magician bouncing his head off the ring as if it was a basketball into the ring at the 5 count. Wants to finish it in the ring. He's taking time to show off here, and it's allowed the Budget Magician to get back to his feet. That's a rookie move really from the Torpedo, driven into the knee now of the Budget Magician. He could have had that one wrapped up there, ladies and gentlemen, but this one I have a feeling might go the distance here, maybe a little longer. It's not so one-sided at all as compared to the last match. It really has been a back and forth affair so far, although you'd have to say that the Torpedo's really been the more dominant of the two athletes. And look at that, shoves him in the corner, goes for the German suplex, but the release there from the Budget Magician, finding a way out of it with those magic hands once again. And now a belly-to-belly from the Budget Magician, drives the Torpedo down, goes for the cover as well, gets a 1, 2, and the Torpedo kicks out at 2. I thought that might have been a shock victory for a minute there, beaten by belly to belly, and the Man Crusher really will be leaving him. She'll be filing the papers on the morning on his desk, if you like. I don't know if the Torpedo has a desk, but maybe he does. Gets a toe up now into the Budget Magician's ribs there, and you can see it looks like it winded him enough time to get that cross body off, and he loves that move. There's a Torpedo, bounces up from that, looks happy in his rivalry here, picks him up onto the shoulders, and then goes a Pino Driver. Down he goes, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, the Budget Magician reaches an arm up, and you can see the Torpedo furious there. He's lining it up, though, to put the Budget Magician away here, and this could be the end of things for the Budget Magician. And here he goes. Oh, the swing round DDT. Down he goes, bouncing the noggin off the KEW canvas. 2, 3, the power couple lives on. The Torpedo, he looked focused on that one from the start, and you can see now why, ladies and gentlemen. He was absolutely determined not to give up his lady. You can see he's clutching his back there, though. Not the sight that I'm sure the Man Crusher will want to see coming out of this one. She won't want to see her man injured in any way. She'll have big plans for him this evening, I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, as he stands firm now in the KEW ring. A hard-fought battle there for him, a good victory for him, and again the Budget Magician's KEW career stalls and falters. We'll move to our next main event for the evening, if you like then, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be the Tag Team Championship matches, and as you can see there, goodness gracious me, what an outcome we've had in the KEW here. You can see James the Cat lined up as part of the coven now, ladies and gentlemen, with the Witch Mother. A real shocking turn of events. We saw, of course, James the Cat rushing into the aid of Miss Tash weeks ago now to prevent her getting injured at the hands of the Spiklops. Sorry, I had to pause for a slight drink of water there. And of course, it was from that he had the darkness whispered into his ear. And he has not looked the same since. Now finds himself allied or enslaved almost to the bewitching powers of the KEW's dark tag team, the Coven. And here come the tag team champions, though, the Misfits. They put the open challenge out there for any tag team to step up to them. And we've had 2 take the challenge. Of course, the Power Couple couldn't compete. The Falcon and the Eagles on hiatus, where the CEO is taking a back seat. The Safety Man no longer exists, so these 2 see this as the tag team division is theirs. It's theirs to own. Knock off the 2 tag teams here. They've already got one member who's got the bronzeware around his waist. They need to retain the silverware. Could one of them go for gold as well at the next main pay-per-view or the next time out in a main KEW action, ladies and gentlemen? It could be a real plump affair for the Misfits here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. The former Misfit, of course, the Torpedo, winning earlier as well. Is it going to be the night for the Misfits, ladies and gentlemen? A title defence here, and they will look in resplendent form and position to really push on. And they look focused. The Yeti there, look at him. He is primed and ready. You saw him push on late in the year. Maybe it's once it gets cold, you get these cold airs blowing around. The snow starts to come in the north. And then the Yeti gets his Yeti powers in full force. And the Turkish Mountain, of course, he must be able to see the snow coming. He's so tall. Goodness gracious me, they are fired up and ready to go as the Coven descends the arena into darkness, and there is James the Cat. The witch is familiar, of course, the Black Cat. It was only really a matter of time before he announced himself to the KEW as one of the members of the Coven. It seems almost inevitable now as he worships his new Dark Mistress. A sickening sight for many KEW fans, and you can hear them booing him as he struts his way to the ring, and the Witch Mother looks very happy with herself. She knows this could be the acolyte she needed to really turn the fortunes of the KEW's most beleaguered tag team around, really. If she can pull James the Cat in, even if they don't win today, surely it's only got to be a matter of time. He's a man who's been a former KEW champion. Of course, lost his KEW championship to Mark, and he now finds himself revelling around the ring with the Witch Mother. The KEW fans are not happy to see him here, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, as he worships his Dark Mistress. The Witch Mother has pulled off a real coup, if you like, though. If she can get the best out of James the Cat, if she can use his power and his ability to win the tag team titles here as he crawls towards the ropes and the cameras, his big cat hat on display. If she can get the best out of him, if she can rediscover the form of the Ploughman, who's not become her favourite attack dog in recent weeks, but if she has a favourite attack dog and the Black Cat in true resplendent fashion, then goodness me, she could be a real threat here in the KEW, ladies and gentlemen. And the last tag team to enter into the arena, well, they were almost taken out by the Coven in recent weeks. They tried to do their best to knock them out, but of course, one half of them would not say no. It was Do Jeans who stood his ground, really dug his heels in. The Cyclops, of course, took significant damage in the lead up to this one. Injured by the tarantula. Now I'm struggling to remember who it was now off the top of my head. Maybe it was the Witch Mother. Someone did significant damage to him, though. And he's taking his time to rest. He is a man who, of course, came back from injury earlier this season, as did his tag team partner, and they are fired up. There'll be no love lost between them and the Coven, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. But while there may be no love lost between them, they are going to have to try and not get too distracted in their own personal fight and personal rivalries here. They're going to have to try and focus on winning the tag team titles and not forgetting that the tag team champions are in the ring. You have to question, how much does the Cyclops have left in the tank? How much do the tag team champions have left in the tank? They are fresh and ready to go, of course. If the Cyclops does not have enough left in the tank to go for a full match length here, then this one could be the beginning of the end for Do Jeans and the Cyclops as he flips over there. Do Jeans and now dealt with by James the Cat, driven into the knee of the Witch Mother, and she headbutts the life out of him, and the Cyclops is looking like he's wound back the clock here early doors, going straight after the Yeti, and now he's going straight after the Turkish Mountain as well, taking on the tag team champions as the Witch Mother rolls him up though, and again wrenching that neck, and that was the area I believe that he had the issues with previously, those neck issues that almost ruled him out of this one. It is a serious concern for the KEW medical staff. They advised him that he might be best not taking part in this one, but Do Jeans has been in such resplendent form, he didn't want to let his tag team partner down. He wanted to give it a go, but goodness gracious me, he takes the wrong move in this one, and that could end his KEW career as Do Jeans puts a spear in the corner, and a big shot there from Big Dan as he went, got the jumping net breaker, but now Do Jeans on the outside along with his tag team partner. The Witch Mother jumps out of the ring, and now it looks like the Witch Mother's got a chair out. She gets knocked out of her hands by the Cyclops here. And oh, there goes Do Jeans flying out of the ring, taking out James the Cat on the outside. And there goes the Witch Mother as well, but she misses completely. She looked like she was targeting the Cyclops early doors here, but maybe it is the Cyclops who looks only like the fresh man as well as the tag team champions. But he looks healthy, more importantly, as Do Jeans gets sent flying to the outside. James the Cat narrowly avoids the steps as Big Dan slides into the ring after him. And it looks on the outside like the Yeti's been dealt with by the Cyclops, as well as the Witch Mother takes out Do Jeans. And now the Coven have taken control of things in the ring. In comes the Yeti, though. And in comes the Cyclops too, as James the Cat's lifted high and dropped on the top rope there by his neck. A little clear of my throat. We're back to it, and more shots on the ground there for Do Jeans. Now the Witch Mother has him in a package driver suplex there, right on the back of his neck. Well, that's the type of move that the Cyclops will have to be wary of. He seems to be plenty wary of it. Senton bomb from the top rope there from James the Cat to Do Jeans while he's down, and he gets a knee in the face from the Cyclops, who's now going straight after the tag team champions all on his own. And James the Cat switches his attention now wisely to the Mountain, who've been softened up there, and the Witch Mother brings in the equalizer, comes in with a sledgehammer, goes for the cover. James the Cat running interference, just a 1 count though, spins around Big Dan but gets pushed off at the last second. I thought there was going to be a sit down net breaker there, and a nice sit down jaw breaker drives this Kasuj to the floor, and a stunner from James the Cat. Down goes the Turkish Mountain. Oh, he can't get the cover in though, as the Cyclops comes in and gets him into the submission lock now, and James the Cat fighting his way back out of it. Do Jeans taking a breather in the corner as the Witch Mother targets the Yeti's knees. Now teleports herself almost over there and gets a drop kick from Do Jeans, or a troubles or sit down powerbomb there. Goes for the cover, does Do Jeans, for the tag titles. And now the Cyclops goes for the covers. The men of science referees all over the place here. Big shot to the Witch Mother, can't even get a 1 because the referee was too slow down to it. Too many men in the way in the ring. Just the way that it's not needed, and really too many people. Oh, big boot there from James the Cat, drives Do Jeans down, goes for a shot on the Yeti, and he blocks it, and up goes Do Jeans, and the Cyclops diving over the top rope there, missing completely as James the Cat's rammed into the top turnbuckle. And now the tag team champions, from looking on the ropes seconds ago, now look like they're in control of this one, as the Yeti has the sledgehammer and takes it straight to the shoulder of James the Cat, but he's up swiftly. He says he wants more because the Yeti, and James the Cat gets up swiftly and is happy to try and deliver it, but cannot, as he gets Clobosaurus in the spine there and driven down to the floor. And there goes Do Jeans onto the outside, and the Cyclops now in a submission hold here, flips his way out of it. I did wonder there, you could see them going after the neck as well. I wondered if he'd tap out early doors here. Scoops up the Yeti onto his shoulders and lifts him down face first, bouncing him off the KEW matting, and down goes James the Cat as well with the hands of Big Dan, who looks poised now for something special here, but Do Jeans breaks up whatever he had in mind and chops the life out of him into the corner with a DDT, as his tag team partner is now down taking a rest, and both members of the Coven are up, but James the Cat doesn't like he knows what day of the week it is. Oh, the Witch Mother, good athleticism and a running knee strike straight to the face of Do Jeans. Oh, went for the big kick there to try and connect with a Yeti, but did not have the leg reach. Goes for the cover on the Yeti, and now Big Dan kicks James the Cat in the guts, lifts him up, spins him round after taking a stunner, and Turkish powerbomb there, and a spear as well. Oh, there's loads of havoc going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Broken up at the last second, as now the Witch Mother again tries to target the neck of the Cyclops. He battles his way back out of it before tapping there. Again, you have to question how much damage can the Cyclops' neck take, as Big Dan flies out of the ring but rolls back in to try and break the cover, but at the last second it's broken by the Yeti. And this frantic action here, ladies and gentlemen, the Cyclops in the middle of that as well, got a cover in too, which was broken up by Big Dan, and now he gets a kendo stick to his chops for his troubles. The Witch Mother is up as well, and both members of the Coven now have weapons in the ring. Do Jeans got a kendo stick to the spine there early on, as the missed it completely, and the ankle lock is in, but so is the pinfall here. James the Cat's missed it, and the submission hold is in onto the Yeti here. Oh, he's not quite tapped. I thought he might have had his ankle broken. You can see he's holding his ankle furiously there. It looked like the Witch Mother might have had things sewn up well and truly here. She's taking her time now, as watching her closely in the corner as her tag team partner gets slammed down by Big Dan and driven to the floor. Big shot from the Witch Mother to the back of Duke Jeans. The Coven are looking fresh, but it is the tag team champions who now have 2 men in the ring. There's both James the Cat and the Spyclops on the outside. So much we've mentioned about the neck of the Spyclops, but he punches the head off of the Witch Mother here, and now gets ready in the corner. Looks like he's going to spear the life out of the Witch Mother. He does indeed, and he gets the sledgehammer, and now breaking the pinfall with both James the Cat and the Yeti. They're not going to let him have time. Oh, and another spear for the Yeti. Goodness gracious me, the Spyclops here running back the clock as James the Cat lifts him up. Oh, drives him neck first into his knee, and that might be it for the Spyclops. Big splash from James the Cat as now Duke Jeans is lifted across the ring and goes for the cover. Does James the Cat. The Witch Mother's going for the submission on the Spyclops as well. Just a 2 count, but the submission hold is broken up. The Big Dan there saving the tag team titles, and you can see James the Cat wants the victory now. The Witch Mother goes for the cover. Her feet on the ropes for the tag team titles. 3, there it is. She pins her arch nemesis, the man who has fought demons all his life and darkness, and there is the tag team championship that she has craved since coming to the KEW. I said it might be a good night for the Misfits. It's not going to be now. There's not going to be much partying in their clubhouse. They've lost the tag team titles after putting out an open competition. The Coven have the titles. The Coven have the numbers. How on earth is anyone going to win the tag team titles back off of that group? Now it has James the Cat, the Plowman, and so many others involved in it. Goodness gracious me, almost a quarter of the KW caught up in the Coven now, ladies and gentlemen. It's bananas the amount of numbers they have. Can anyone knock them off the throne and regain the tag team titles? We'll have to wait and see in the coming weeks in the KW. But it's our second to last match for the evening then, and this one really is for nothing more than the power rankings, but it's a good opportunity for one of these two to put their name in the frame to potentially be the next #1 contender here. Atomic Andy, of course, broke off the tag team with his former tag team partner, who will be in the main event later tonight, the 5-man main event that is going to be for the KW Championship. We'll get to that in due course, but of course we'll focus on the action here. Andy breaking off the tag team of the Safety Men, otherwise they would have been in that tag team championship match, I'm sure. They would have been gunning for a tag team title. But he is now finding himself in singles action, a real opportunity to focus on his own. And he's got to put on a good display here. Lose to Man Crusher. And my goodness gracious me, there's going to be big question marks about why he broke the tag team off. Like I mentioned though, it's a good opportunity for him. If he wins here, he's going to put his name in the frame to be the next #1 contender for whoever comes out victorious in the 5-man melee that's going on later this evening as our main event, ladies and gentlemen. The same can be said though for the person now making her way down to the ring. A real explosive entrance to the KW. She's already had a KW championship. She is a deadly athlete in the KW, has been tag team champion. She's the only athlete ever to win the KW's tag team championships and the main belt. It's a real feat that has not been replicated or accomplished by anybody else in the KW. Straight out of the academy, joined up with her other half as the power couple, has enjoyed nothing but success really since then. Her career's started to falter a little bit though, but a win here against Atomic Andy, and she puts to bed the question marks about, is she a serious KW athlete? Can she do the business long term in the KW and isn't just a explosive entrance to the KW's recognised roster? Lifting Atomic Andy early doors here, showing the power on display that she does have, slamming him on the floor as well. You've got to say that's a good early start from her. It's not often that you see that level of power to lift a man as large as Atomic Andy and deal with him quite as briskly as she did there, and a shot to the spine as well as Andy now slow back to his feet. So a slow start from half of our competitors here tonight. Of course, we saw an explosive one there in the tag team ranks just a moment ago, and I'm sure that she will be thrilled, the Man Crusher, that she gets to team up with her beloved next time around in the tag divisions, and will look to really go after the tag team championships again. She'll know that they could beat the Coven on their day. The Coven might have the numbers, but the power couple They are a formidable opponent in the KEW, especially when she's on form. And you can see Andy now giving her a telling off there on the floor, pointing to her, telling her to stay down maybe. And she is an athlete that is not going to listen to any man here off the double ropes. Oh, and a drop kick there straight to the chest of Andy. Gripping as he might have been winded there. He came charging over to try and catch up with her. Might have exerted more energy than was necessary really as he gets kicked to the floor. And it is the Man Crusher who takes a measure of control in this one. Again, Andy started to come back into things. It is a more even match than some might expect in the KEW. Both athletes are pretty close in the power rankings. And like I said, a win here and it might put them in a prime position to go for a #1 contender spot in the future. Reverse DDT drives Atomic Andy down to the floor, but he's swiftly back to his feet there. Good athleticism and endurance from Andy as he lifts the Man Crusher now and drops her onto the top rope, goes for the cover, pressing the face into the floor as well. That's only going to seek to enrage the Man Crusher. Surely I would have swiftly thought that she will not be happy with that. Release German suplex though, throwing her across the ring, but she's swiftly back to her feet, maybe a lot faster than Andy thought. Oh, the athleticism on display. She rolls him up here with a little reverse one there. And he rolls out of the ring for a breather, perhaps caught off guard a little bit there, and the Man Crusher is not going to let him have any time to his own on the outside. He looked like he almost got a hit in there, but she managed to block it at the last second. But now with the elbows on the outside, battles off the shoulders, again showing her power on display. Rolled up though by Atomic Andy, but oh no, the punches to the head managed to get her off the shoulders at the last second. Oh, and the double drop kick to the chest again, driving the air out of him straight onto the edge of the KEW ring. Good job it wasn't one of those video panel sides of the ring. It was just a soft one, otherwise he might have broke the video panels. They're expensive, they are as well. That would have been coming out of his paycheck from the KEW's hierarchy, I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, as he takes the Man Crusher to the corner now, bouncing the head off the top turnbuckle and delivering the knees into the sternum as she slumps to the bottom rope here, and a big shot to the sternum again, perhaps trying to wind his opponent just as much as she's tried to do the same. Goes for the cover again now, more respectful this time, not pushing the face into the floor. Just a 1 count again. She's such a resilient athlete, much more so than I think she gets credit for in the KEW here. Big shot to the back, but a big elbow there from the Man Crusher. Gets her out. Oh, the clothesline drives Andy down, and again another one here. Goes for the kick and a little heel drag there, dropping Andy now. And now she's feeling things here, ladies and gentlemen. Goes for the cover, a respectful cover herself, doesn't push the face into the floor, and gets the highest count of the match so far, a 2 count. Now stumps on the back of Atomic Andy. He's got to be careful here, because if he gets allows the Man Crusher to get a run of momentum, and she's only going to get one of those man-crushing kisses in, and that could be good night for Andy as he lifts her high and choke slams her down, catching her running now, and again trying to wind her, press the air out of her, picks her up slowly back to her feet, but she managed to recover a lot swifter again than I think he thought she was going to. Again showing that endurance and athleticism on display from the Man Crusher. The kick to the groin here, and down he goes. Another running drive to the knees, bouncing the face off and onto the floor, and this might be it for Andy here. Although pushes her off at the last second, I thought I might have done a lot more damage than it looked like. Got the knees straight into the face, and Andy now screams to the KEW faithful. He might sense that an atomic drive could be incoming, and that could be enough to put the Man Crusher away. Pulls her into the centre of the ring, trying to get her in position as she's slow back to her feet, softens her up, onto the shoulder she goes, but slides out of the back of it at the last second, driving the elbow into the back of the knee, and now has it poised here. Is this going to be the man-crushing kiss, the man-crushing finish here? Man-crushing kiss, down goes Atomic Andy. Can she get the cover in now in time? She's wasting time, dragging him around. I would have just gone for the cover in the corner. He doesn't look that close to the ropes. Goes for the cover now. 1, 2, 3, puts Atomic Andy away. A good night for the power couple here, ladies and gentlemen. You'd have to say they've got to be knocking on the door for all 3 championships. The Torpedo knocking on the door for the Hardcore Championship. I dare say she'll be knocking on the door for the main championship, and together they'll look to go after the tag championship. We've never had a championship reign in the KW that's seen a tag team have all 3 major belts. Could this be the time, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, the Coven will have something to say about that. I'm sure they'll be sending acolytes out to go after all 3 belts as well. And goodness gracious me, ladies and gentlemen, we won't talk anymore about things that have been elsewhere in the KW, because this is going to be absolute chaos, and this is the main event for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is for the KW World Championship, the championship that the Assassin has been holding on to for weeks and months now in the KW. He's been a worthy champion. Is this going to be the end of his championship reign? We'll have to wait and see as the KW's arena welcomes the lightning from the gods as the Shinigami Walker makes his way to the ring. Of course, we'll catch you up. We've not seen him for months in the KW. He was buried in the casket by the Tange at the Halloween pay-per-view. Disappeared for weeks. Still looks a bit stiff there in his stumbling legs. But of course, exploded back 2 weeks ago. Chokeslammed the KW champion. We thought it was Mark pissing around in the background. The commentary was lost in that episode, we believe. We thought it was Mark pissing around with the lights backstage. It was not. It was the demon. He invoked the dark powers, resurrects himself yet again, and went on the following week to face off against the KW champion. Beat the champ, not for the title, but he will know he has the psychological edge. He's powered by the darkness. The darkness has had a good night so far in the KW, with the Covenant taking the championship. Of course, different Dark Lords. Both Dark Lords are tuned here on this holly jolly Christmas episode. We'll have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. Now, next main competitor for this one then, the Firefighter. He's been in absolute resplendent form in the KW since the tag team of Andy has been dissolved by Atomic Andy at his request. That man has been nothing but focused on the KW Championship. He said, fine, you don't want to be a tag partner with me, I'll go and win myself a KW Championship. He should have been the number one contender by all rights. He probably is. He'll be aggrieved that he's got to face 4 other men in this one, but he will not care one bit. He won't mind. He'll beat whatever is in front of him. He's beaten all of these men already, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone except the Assassin. He's beaten in one-on-one competition on his way to the top. He looks angry and focused, as always. Is he going to be a 2-time KW champion at the end of this one? That's the question for everybody here except 2 competitors. They could all be 2-time champions. It is only 2 people who won't be, ladies and gentlemen, and one of those people, we believe, is making their way down to the ring now. It is the Tange Man. He will be a 3-time champion and the most winningest champion in the KW. That's right, the most winningest. You heard me. It could be the Tange's night. He's gunning for a 3rd title, ladies and gentlemen. He's been in the conversation in recent weeks, and he's been at the ire of the Skeleton King, who's chased him around the backstage areas, who's attacked him with chairs. He is going to have his own way with that little man, I'm sure, at some point in the future in the KW. Tonight, focused on the 4 other men in the ring. One of them will be the Skeleton King, so we'll have to try and not let him get in his head too much. He'll be focused on the 2 men outside of the ring, though. He's, of course, had a storied rivalry with the Shinigami leading up to the Halloween pay-per-view. He put him in the casket and buried him. He knows he can beat him. It's the other man who's currently waiting on the outside, who recently beat him to become the number 1 competitor, the number 1 contender for the belt. The Tange will feel somewhat fortunate that he's here in this one. Doesn't have the best record in multi-man events, but this is a real opportunity for him to become the most winningest man in the KW, the best athlete, he'd have to say. You can look at that already on the outside, the Firefighter pointing at the Tange saying, I've got your number, sunshine. Anytime you want to go, any place, I'll be there waiting for you. The controversial, this one here as well, ladies and gentlemen. Normally the champion's the last man into the ring, but here he comes. Didn't want to be last in. The KW's current champion, the Assassin, with the with the KW championship adorned around his waist. He, of course, has defended that championship against the Man Crusher. He's taken on other top athletes in the KW. He's not had to defend it too much. When he's been called upon, though, he has looked absolutely resplendent, knocked off Atomic Andy, and you'd have to question whether he has the mustard, though, to outdo everybody here. He, of course, almost won the Battle Royale, which saw the Man Crusher win the KW title before taking that title off of her after demanding that he should be the number 1 competitor for it. Once he gained that KW championship, though, he's not looked back. is the only athlete in the KEW who has done the Grand Slam as well, being the hardcore champion, tag team champion multiple times, and the KEW champion now as well. His rise up the KEW has been a phenomenal one. He's gone from absolutely nothing in his first year other than tag champion to hardcore champion, held it throughout the off season and came back, defended it numerous times only to lose it to the BFG. Of course, lost it earlier this evening, and he is the only man, of course, that will not be a two-time champion because he is defending his first championship run. And here is the last man then, who comes with his favoured chair to the ring, the angriest man in the KEW, some say. I'm sure, look at that, he looks mean and moody, doesn't he? He looks focused. He wants a second KEW title, I'm sure. But more than anything, I think he just wants to inflict pain and damage on the Tanj. He's going to have to try and keep his emotions in check here. And you have to question if he's going to go after the Tanj early doors. It was, of course, the Tanj who tagged with his arch nemesis Benji, causing him to tag with the Demon to take on Tanj. And you can see the Demon there pointing at him early doors. It looked like Mark threw that chair straight at the KEW champion as well. Well, that's throwing down a real marker there. Throwing your weapon at the KEW champion. Not a smart move. It looks like everyone's stacked in one corner except Tanj here too. Well, that's a controversial opening to the match. Surely, referee, we should balance things out a bit more. Have one in each corner. Maybe it's just so all the men can get a nice look at the KEW championship. And I'm sure they are all fired up and ready. Here we go then. Mark almost in the middle of the ring turns his attentions immediately to the Demon. A silly move he feels. He's slammed down to the floor, and Atomic Andy, he's not even in this match. The firefighter goes straight after Tanj, again saying he's got his number, and a Spanish fly from the champ. Good athleticism on display off the ropes. He goes trying to get the Assassin's Edge, catches hold of Mark, spins him round to the floor, and down he goes, and the Demon's immediately outside to go and look for some hardware. Pulls out the kendo stick. Mark's not seen him coming, sees him at the last second and gets the stick off of him, and now the Assassin trying to get involved with them in the corner. It's interesting to see the Demon and Mark going at each other early doors. I thought there might have been some sort of alliance there. The Demon saying there's no friendships when it comes to the top of the KEW. No alliances at all, as he looks to isolate Mark as a potential weakness in this one. And the Tanj now locking horns with the champion in the corner. The champ, the shots to the back there as Mark goes for an early cover on the firefighter. That's only going to enrage him. Mark, of course, has had some dealings with the firefighter as well. Spanish fly from Mark as now Tanj in serious danger in the corner. Oh, he gets a poison rana out of the corner. Goodness gracious me. Again, back to those dealings with Mark and the firefighter. Mark, of course, beat the firefighter. Oh no, didn't beat the firefighter. The firefighter beat him in controversial fashion. Of course, the firefighter having two controversial wins in the build up to this one. You've seen the firefighter and Tanj go at it. Tanj, man, clearly had a hand on the rope. We've got a change of referees, as you can see here. He's been pretty good so far tonight. A little slow in the count in places, but pretty good overall. We've not had any real complaints as Mark's driven to the floor, and so is the Demon. Tanj, of course, got his hand on the ropes in that number one competitors match, and that's led to the opening of the field here. Tanj wanted a rematch. There wasn't enough time really to get one in on the cards as he power slams the firefighter down, and he looks to take his vengeance in the ring on the two men that he thinks he should have got the number one competitor's spot over. DDT's the Demon down as Mark's sent down on the outside, and down goes the firefighter, and now the Tanj looks to climb to the top rope here. Is he going to try and put the firefighter away whilst no one's seeking him? In the ring, goes for the elbow, misses it completely. Mark on the outside, oh, drives the spine of the Assassin into the barricades there, but he's up swiftly. The kendo stick knocked out of the hands of the Shinigami as Mark received a kendo to the back on the outside. Frantic action here. The champ sent into the ring as the firefighter is dealing out the punishment to Tanj on the ring. Oh, slams down the KEW champion, and it's not the position the champ wants to be in here. Pinned by the firefighter, the most informed athlete in the KEW, and if the firefighter can't capitalise here, it's going to be tough. You're going to have your wits about you. Then the firefighter is going to be in real trouble on the opposite side of the ring. Oh, a crown crusher from Mark sends the Demon slumping into the steps, and now Mark's feeling it. Tanj with a swinging neckbreaker in the ring, and here he comes. Look at him straight after the Tanj. Anytime Tanj was in the ascendancy, Mark flying trying again, and the assassin goes off the ropes, tries to get involved in things. Oh, and Mark gets a good night kiss from Tanj's knee. Down on the floor, he goes up to a 2, kicks out at the last second. And Tanj, though, feeling it here. Electric chair drop from the firefighter. Tanj goes for the Tanj knockout. Oh, pushed off by Mark, who then gets a little clothesline in, but not enough to send the Tanj down. A backdrop from the assassin on the firefighter, and things are getting frantic now. As a big shot to the back there. Tanj locked up with Mark, and now the rivalry there you can see coming through. They're too busy fighting with each other. They didn't even notice that the assassin went for the pin in the corner on the firefighter. As the demon now is clearing house, sends the Tanj down, sends the firefighter down, goes for the pinfall on the assassin. Perhaps it would have been wiser to go for the pinfall on Mark. He's not moved for many a minute now in the corner of the KEW ring, rolling now out of the ring as the assassin is sent into the corner, and the demon with the backdrop there, driving the back straight into the ribs of the assassin, going for the elbow as well. Now Mark on the outside running around. It looked like he was running after Tanj, but missed him completely. You have to wonder if that Tanj to sleep, the big knee to the face, has done the damage to Mark, and now it looks like Tanj is in trouble here. He's got a 2-time on the outside. Oh, Poison Rana in the ring, and the demon's head snapped viciously off the KW matting. Whilst the matters are on the outside, it looks like the KW champion might be getting ready to finish things in the ring with the demon. Surely the Tanj has got to pay attention to this one. He's not seen it. It doesn't look like double legs between the crotch of the demon, and it's surely only a matter of time now for the firefighter. Can he put the demon away? Gets him back to his feet. Big kick to the guts, drives the demon down on the inside, but he hops out of the ring inexplicably. Where's he going? He gets the kendo stick and he wants the action on the outside. Tanj slides in. Can Tanj look to take advantage of the weakened demon in the ring? Oh, kendo stick to the guts, kendo stick to the head from the KW champion. Rolls Tanj over for the cover. The firefighter's too busy on the outside. A 1 count. Tanj kicks out at 1 as the firefighter slides in. Frantic action here, ladies and gentlemen. The kendo stick wielding demon is now running around the outside. Mark might have spotted the chair, sees the demon, knocks the stick out of his hands as the kendo stick gets shattered over the KW champion's head. And now it's the 2 men who had the controversial bout left in the ring. The Tanj with a hand on the rope. The firefighter getting the victory as the referee didn't spot the hand on the rope clearly on there before the 3 count, and now a big backdrop sends Tanj flying across the outside. Flying across the ring. The assassin not noticing his title might be slipping away from him. Oh, big kick out from Tanj at a 1 count, and Mark picks up the kendo stick. Now the demon rolls up the champion on the outside, off the ring post. Oh, and on the floor. Now the kendo stick thrown by Mark. It got caught on the ring post, but he drives the forearm into the demon on the outside, throwing the assassin down as well. Now the demon, though, up swiftly. Mark didn't expect that, and he's thrown down into the corner with the demon. Tanj setting up the big elbow in the corner. To the top rope he goes. The firefighter swiftly back to his feet, though. Tanj dropping out of the corner, just gets splashed across by the firefighter. It's really the hammer and tongs are in the ring. The 3 men on the outside are just kind of going at each other, beating the hell out of each other. They're going to cost each other the title here, and there's going to be finger pointing at the end of this one. The firefighter looks like he might be ready to put the Tanj away in the ring. The demon's worshipping his Dark Lord. Package pile driver on the outside might have finished the career of the assassin. Mark goes for the double drop kick on the demon as well. The assassin looks dead and buried. Mark spots the cover at the last second. Can he get in to break it too? The Tanj kicks out and saves the match. Goodness gracious me. Oh, the Benji backstabber to the firefighter. Goes for the cover as well. Mark to steal it too. He's the new champion! It's Mark! He steals it! The Benji backstabber snapping the spine of the firefighter! The blood on the head! The blood down the face! The new KW champion! Mark the Magnificent! Mark the Skeleton King! He steals it at the death! Drama, ladies and gentlemen! Pure theatre! Pure emotion! He's now a 2-time champion! He will be loving that! He's won the same amount of championships as Benji and Tanj. Does that secure him a spot in the KW Hall of Fame? Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. An explosive finish. Nobody saw that one coming. Another cheating victory for the little man. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.